Have you ever felt nervous at the airport because you weren't sure what to say in English? Well, today we're going to fix that.
Exactly. Today's lesson is called Master Airport English. Speak like a pro in any situation. And by the end of this video, you'll feel confident from the moment you enter the airport until you board your flight.
So relax, sit back, and imagine you and Jack are traveling together. We'll take you step by step through a real airport experience with the exact English you actually need.
All right, are you ready? Let's start from the very beginning. Arriving at the airport.
Okay, Jack, imagine we just arrived at the airport. We're standing outside the entrance with our luggage. It's early morning, the airport is crowded, and we're both still half asleep.
That is very realistic. I'm always half asleep at the airport.
Same. And the first thing you always ask is,
Emma, what terminal are we supposed to go to?
exactly. And I always reply, relax, Jack. I printed everything. Terminal 2. Follow me.
And I always pretend I knew that. So we walk inside, and you immediately see the big screens, the flight information boards.
I love those screens. I always look for my flight, even when I already know the gate.
And then you say something like, okay, our flight is on time. That's a good start.
Every traveler says that. If the flight is on time, the day already feels great.
Now picture this. We walk toward the check-in area. There are long lines, people rushing, families with way too much luggage.
And one person always standing there confused, trying to find the right airline counter.
That would be me.
Yes, always you.
Okay, so we finally find our airline. We get in line. While we're waiting, you always say the same thing.
Jack, did you weigh your suitcase? I hope it's not too heavy.
And I always lie. Yeah, it's fine. Meanwhile, I know it's definitely overweight.
So we reach the counter. The airline agent smiles and says, "Good morning. Where are you flying today?"
And we say, good morning, we're flying to Dubai.
Then the agent says, "May I see your passports?"
And we both hand them over politely. You always do it with a very professional smile.
Of course. I try to look like someone who travels every day.
The agent types for a while, they look at their screen, and then comes the question everyone knows. Do you have any bags to check in?
We look at our suitcases and say, yes, just these two.
Then the fun part, putting your suitcase on the scale and pretending you're calm.
Yes! Inside, you're praying, please be under 23 kilos, please.
And if it is under the limit, you feel like you just won a trophy.
Then the agent might ask, would you prefer window or aisle seats?
Here's the funny thing. You always want the window, and I always want the aisle.
Which is perfect, because we never argue about seats.
So we say window and aisle if possible.
The agent prints our boarding passes, hands them to us, and says, your gate will be announced soon. Have a nice flight.
We smile, say thank you, and walk away like two competent travelers.
Okay, now we head to the security area, and this is where everyone suddenly becomes serious.
Yes, even the happiest people suddenly look like they're going for a job interview.
We get in line, and you always whisper, Emma, do I have to take off my shoes?
Because every airport is different. Some say yes, some say no, some say only if they beep.
So we reach the front, and the security officer says, please place your bags on the belt.
Please remove your laptop. Please take out any liquids. Empty your pockets.
And we both start doing the airport dance. Jacket off, laptop out, bag open, pockets empty.
I always lose one sock or something. I don't know how. I'm standing there thinking, where did it go?
Then we walk through the scanner. If it beeps, you look at me like, oh no, what now?
And the officer says, please step to the side. And I'm like, I swear I don't have anything.
But in the end, everything is fine. We grab our bags, put our shoes back on, and continue.
Now we're inside the airport. The fun part. Shops, restaurants, giant signs everywhere.
And the first thing you always say, Emma, should we get coffee?
Because it's a rule. You must drink coffee before flying.
We find a cafe, order something simple, sit down, and finally relax a little.
Then you always take out the boarding passes and double-check everything.
Yes, because I don't trust myself, I check 3 times. The flight number, gate number, boarding time.
And then you say, okay, we're good. Gate B12, we still have time.
We talk, we laugh, we complain about airport prices.
$8 for water? Who decided that? Attention, please. Boarding for Flight 327 to Dubai will begin soon at Gate B12.
That's when we look at each other and say, all right, time to go.
We start walking toward the gate. Some people run, some people panic, but we walk like normal humans.
Okay, sometimes I run a little.
Sometimes you sprint like you're in a marathon.
We arrive at the gate, and there are people sitting everywhere. Some are sleeping, some watching their phones, kids running.
We find 2 seats and sit down. Then the airline staff makes another announcement. Good afternoon, passengers. We will begin boarding shortly.
And we both know this is the final calm moment before the chaos.
Exactly. And that brings us to, so Jack and I are sitting at the gate, relaxing. And suddenly, the airline staff stands up with a microphone.
And they say, ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin boarding for Flight 327 to Dubai.
And the moment they say that, the whole gate changes. People jump up, grab their bags, start forming a line that makes no sense.
Yes! Nobody knows where the line begins or ends. Everybody just stands somewhere.
And you always say, Emma, should we go now or wait?
Because I like being first, but I also hate standing in line.
So we wait a minute, and when the line moves, we join it.
We finally reach the gate agent. They smile and say, boarding pass, please.
We hand it over, they scan it, it makes that happy beep sound.
And we both feel like, yes, we made it.
Then we walk down the jet bridge, that long hallway that somehow always smells like airplane air.
And you always say, okay, Jack, we're really traveling now.
We enter the plane, and the flight attendant welcomes us with a smile. Hello, welcome on board.
I love that moment. Everyone feels excited. Everyone's looking around, trying to find their seat.
And you always stop in the middle of the aisle, like, wait, what's our seat number again?
Because those boarding passes are printed so tiny. Anyway, we finally find our row.
You put your bag in the overhead bin. I put mine under the seat. We sit down. And then comes the classic question.
Emma, do you want anything before takeoff? And you always say,
Now, I just want to relax. Then the flight attendant starts making the safety announcement. But nobody listens except one person who takes it very seriously.
yes. There's always one person watching every movement like it's a movie.
Then the plane starts moving. You look out the window and say, here we go.
And then take off. Honestly, that moment always feels amazing, like everything is starting.
We're in the air now. People take out headphones, pillows, snacks, and one person always falls asleep instantly.
You mean me?
Yes, you. You sleep before we even take off.
Okay, fast forward, we've landed in Dubai. We wake up, stretch, and everyone jumps up too fast, even though the door isn't open yet.
Yes, everyone stands in the aisle for no reason. But we wait, calm and patient, like 2 intelligent humans.
We leave the plane and walk toward immigration. This part always feels serious. Big signs, long hallways, lots of officers.
We get in line. And you always whisper, Emma, what do I say to the immigration officer?
Because you never know what they will ask.
Okay, so we finally reach the front. The officer looks at us and says something simple like, purpose of your visit?
And we say, tourism, or we're here on vacation.
Then they might ask, how long will you stay?
We answer, 1 week or 10 days.
Then comes the final question. Where will you be staying?
We say, at the Marina Hotel, or whatever hotel we booked.
The officer stamps the passport, hands it back, and says, enjoy your stay.
And we walk away like 2 heroes who completed a mission.
Next stop, baggage claim. We walk down the escalator and see the huge round carousels spinning.
And the first thing I always say is, Emma, do you think our bags made it?
Most of the time, yes. But waiting feels like a small level of torture.
You stare at every bag like, is that mine? No. Is that mine? No. That looks like mine, but with a different personality.
Finally, we see your bag. You grab it like you're saving a child from the moving belt.
And then we wait for your bag. And sometimes it doesn't come.
Yes. One time, my bag literally went on a vacation without me.
So we walk to the airline help desk. They always ask, can you describe your bag?
And I'm like, it's a black suitcase, which is the same as 40 million other suitcases in the world.
But in any case, after a few minutes, they always find it or promise to deliver it later.
Okay, now we finally walk toward the exit. Taxis, signs, people calling drivers, everything is loud and busy.
And you always take a deep breath and say, we made it.
Because that's the real moment you feel like you arrived.
We go outside, find a taxi, put our bags in, and the driver says, where to?
We tell him the hotel name, he smiles, nods, and the trip officially begins.
And that's the end of our airport adventure, from start to finish.
And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Master airport English. Speak like a pro in any situation.
We hope this natural conversation helped you understand how real airport English actually sounds.
If you enjoyed this video and want more lessons like this,
Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who is traveling soon.
see you in the next lesson.
Goodbye.